Mission Pro Wrestling, the symbol of excellence in women's sports entertainment.
Oh, I love that riff, that opening. That's one of the best opening riffs from Mission Pro Wrestling. Mission Pro Wrestling theme song coming at you because you know what time it is. It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's time for Mission Pro Spotlight. I am Mindrunner, T.O. Frio, also called Midrunner sometimes when I'm using the slang the wrong way. But with us is the most dangerous woman with a kendo stick flag. She is here. She's rocking and rolling, representing the Tatum Chemical X, the Tatum shirt. Awesome sauce. It is Angel Marie. Angel Marie, how you doing?
I am doing a little bit better than I was last week because, like, low-key, I'm still kind of sick. I'm not going to lie here. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's in the air, but I've been sick for, like...
Aren't we all a little sick, though? I mean, come on.
Literally, like, I don't get it. Like, there's something in the air. I've been sick for, like, the past 2 weeks at this point. So I'm literally sick of being sick. But I do feel a little bit better this week. So, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited for our guest. We have the sensational savage Ridley Thorne on. So I'm so pumped.
So cool. So awesome. It's going to be a great chat. Ridley's going to be here at the top of the hour. Already chat is going at it. Big Mike is in the chat.
Microplastics.
What's going on? He says proves the cameo, right? I know we're talking about there's Michael May in the chat. He's already Team Cali,
of course,
instead of Ridley. And then we've got Phantasm in the chat saying Happy Pokemon Day. Brent the Brain Ross is in the chat, also part of Dynamite Download. Brent Ross, however, is the official general of the Thunder Army. Hello, Ooh. General. Get a salute when Brent is in the chat. We got to salute Brent. And we've got some cool stuff coming up. Some great cool. There's a campaign that we're going to talk about in the news in just a moment for the Thunder Rosa, the Thunder Army. You're going to really like it. It's starring our friend Little Ricky. Voxway is in there. Hope you feel better. Mindrunner, what's up? Says, hope you feel better. Angel Marie, what's up, Vox?
Thank you.
Rubby. Not Ruby.
No, that's Ruby. That's Ruby. That's my Tia.
No, it's Tia Rubby. Hey, Tia Rubby.
Rubby?
Yes.
Get out. That's crazy. No, that's Ruby Soho.
Hey, Ruby Soho. What's up? What's up, Ruby Soho? And Brent is correct. Brent is correct. I was Lieutenant Crunch in the Thunder Army.
Oh, goodness.
But thanks to the general, I have been promoted. I am now Captain Crunch. So there you go. We got that going for us. All right. Without further ado, before we get our awesome guest, before she comes in and tears the place up and rocks out with us, we have got a ton of women's wrestling news to get to. There is some controversy. There's drama, but we keep it positive, but we also keep it real. We give you the truth. Yeah, we'll be critical, but in a positive way. But we've got some cool stuff to update with you. The Women's Wrestling News Report is here. Angel Marie, are you ready for the news?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. My body is ready. Let's do this. All right, let's get to it. Women's wrestling news at the top. Let's go ahead and kick it off. We're picking up from last week when we were talking a little bit about making lemonade into lemons. And I actually have some pink lemonade here.
Ooh.
Because that's how Thunder Rosa does. That's how the Thunder Army does. They make lemonade out of even lemons when it happens. And we're talking again about Chairgate, which turns out it's not a nothing burger because it happens, but one thing that was shown is the Thunder Army does not play. The Thunder Army will come for you if you come for our girl Thunder, and that's what was the main point of this part here. But on Busted Open Radio, as General Brent had pointed out, he was one of the first to let us know, is Thunder Rosa addressed officially the circumstances around what was called Chairgate. As you remember, Thunder Rosa came to the aid of Chris Statlander against Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford. There was a clear miscommunication between everybody, and Thunder Rosa made the right move. She could have swung the chair and could have really done some serious damage to either Penelope or Megan Bayne or both, but she chose to hold off, and the IWC was in an uproar. I mean, the IWC was, they jumped out of pocket. A lot of people were upset. A lot of people had different takes on it. Some people were bashing Thunder Rosa. Some people bashing Penelope and Megan Bayne, saying they went into business for themselves. Some people thought maybe Tony Khan or somebody backstage put them up to this to try to make Thunder Rosa look bad. However, we got the real truth. We got the real scoop from Thunder herself. And that's the golden rule, too, with anything, is wait until you hear from the people themselves. Thunder set the record straight. It was just a miscommunication. It was, they weren't sure what they were supposed to do, where they were. Thunder said going forward, this is a learning experience, a learning opportunity for people to, if they're not sure about what they're supposed to do, ask those questions. And I take it from Thunder, the gist is simply this. One, everybody's learning, even veterans, everybody's learning. Communication is key when it comes to these kind of matches. But also, she wanted to thank everybody for coming to her defense. There was such an outpouring of support, people reaching out, not just people all the way high up from all companies reaching out, friends of hers, but the Thunder Army was there for her. Your thoughts, Angel Marie, what do you think? You think this, you feel better about this whole situation?
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that it was what I just speculated and that it was just a whole complete misunderstanding. I'm glad there's no actual heat between anyone. And definitely take what Thunder said, because communication really is key. I really learned that within the past year for sure. So I mean, if that's not a lesson, I don't know what is. Seriously, guys, communication is key. But anyways, yeah, no, I'm just glad that it's nothing bad. It was just a whole misunderstanding. That's it sucks, yeah, but it's good to hear that it's because it was a mistake rather than something intentional.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too. And ultimately it's a moving forward. They're going to make limit out of lemonade. I'm excited for this inevitable tag team match where it's going to be Penelope and Megan Bayne versus Thunder and Chris Statlander. And regardless, in character, we've seen this evolve. This is something Thunder has been dropping hints at. And I speculated a heel turn at first, but I don't think that's what we're getting. I think what we're starting to see is a more ruthless Thunder Rosa, almost like, if you remember in WWE when Becky Lynch ditched the steampunk and became the man. I think that's the character Thunder Rosa. And you notice that Thunder Rosa, it went back to her old school theme. And I think that's great. By the way, for the record, I love her new theme. It's a bop. But for me, that's a cruising on a Sunday afternoon, in a lowrider song.
Yeah.
And you hear the old school boom, 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 that she's coming to kick some ass. To me, that's the Thunder Rosa. That gets the Thunder Rosa pop, just like the Stone Cold Shattered Glass. Thunder's coming. She's about to kick ass, and it's going to be great. By the way, great to see Courtney in the chat. Courtney, we love you. Hope you and the fam are doing well. It's great to see you. Even though you are a supreme heel, we still love you, even your family, even if you're a heel. But I want to talk to you guys before we move on, and Brent brought this to our attention. We want to talk about Little Ricky. So, Angel Marie, have you heard about Little Ricky?
A little bit. I didn't get to watch the whole video because I was in class when I saw the video. I'm going to be completely honest here.
Okay.
But yeah, I did see a little bit of Little Ricky, but low key, explain to me a little bit more about him.
Sure. And if you want to get more info, go if you're on the Twitter or X, or if you want to go to YouTube, you want to look for her name is Valerie Coleman. That's Little Ricky's mom. And they also have a channel called GTV Revolution. You want to go ahead and check that channel. But Little Ricky, the story behind him, he's the kid that's pointing in the bottom left there. He went to an event and he ran into Thunder Rosa. He was dressed as a little Ricky Starks, and immediately Thunder saw him and shouted, "Little Ricky!" And so for the whole time he was called Little Ricky. Well, again, she saw him the next day when he wasn't dressed as Little Ricky. She still saw him and called him Little Ricky. That became his new nickname. That's what Thunder Rosa said. Nope, from now on you need to change your name. You are now Little Ricky forever. That is what you're going to be known. That's his kayfabe name now. So when he grows up, becomes a wrestler, he's got to become Little Ricky.
Goodness.
That's going to be, he's going to be the Ricky Starks version of Dominic. No, maybe that's a bad example. Anyways, what you got to check out, though, you got to check out this awesome video that he did, this tribute to Thunder Rosa. He makes an incredible case for what, and I think correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, anybody that's familiar with this, my understanding is that this was for a class project. He had to make a persuasive video for his class project, and he did on why Thunder Rosa needs to be the champion, the world champion again, the next 2-time world champion. And it's a powerful video. We can't show it here because of copyright restrictions, but go find GTV or just look up Little Ricky, look up her video. It's called Little Ricky Starts a Thunder Rosa Campaign. And the whole campaign is to get everybody fired up, and let's just bombard Tony Khan with messages and AEW and everybody that it's time for Thunder. Thunder deserves that belt again. And what's coming up? What's coming up in July in Texas? In Texas, it's Y'all In, of course.
Y'all In? Oh, goodness. My goodness.
It's
Y'all.
such a great project, and it would be so cool if this project accumulates to a title match in Texas, and Lil Ricky comes out, and Lil Ricky does the Ricky Starks pose. Even though Ricky Saints is now in WWE, whatever, I think it would be tremendous. And of course, I'm Mr. Overbooker himself. I want Thunder Rosa to come into AC/DC Thunderstruck, and I want her to come in on a zip line like Shawn Michaels, with chaps and everything. So that's my overbooking. But I'll be glad with just Thunder getting their title shot and bringing home the gold again. I think that's the move to do at Y'all In. But
Y'all In.
Hey, super excited. I know the general says look like Thunder wrestling on Ring of Honor. There's all kinds of there's some Ring of Honor AEW crossovers that might be happening. They already did happen, Diamond. We are going to get to that. Want to just breeze through it also here. Angel Marie, can you just update us on the latest buzz and the truth and the rumors? We've got 3 names buzzing around on the contract, and I don't want to say termination, but contracts expiring, all the moves going on in women's wrestling.
Yeah, so legit Layla Hirsch, I believe her contract is going up either tomorrow or today. I believe it's tomorrow. And so she's probably not signing back, or I think it was confirmed that she's not signing back. I don't really remember. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so now there's a speculation of where she's gonna go. And then also from AEW, there's Saraya, and
that was
her contract is coming out like later this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so her contract is going to be coming up later this year, and so that's another speculation that we don't know if she's going to re-sign or not. Maybe she won't. Maybe she'll go back to WWE. Maybe she'll stay in AEW. We don't really know. But then on the other side of things in WWE, Carmella just recently got released. I believe somewhere around like a little under a week ago. Mm-hmm. And so it's unfortunate, but it's always good to see, like, it's always like really fun at least for me, I don't know, to see like where these wrestlers go on afterwards and getting to follow them like elsewhere. Like you're not just a fan of them in one place, like you can be a fan of them like anywhere else they go, whether it be like wrestling or whatever else they do. So honestly, I want to see what's next for all these ladies, you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
even if Rhea does still stay in AEW, it'll be cool to see what happens.
Absolutely. I love that too. And what a great time to be a wrestling fan now, because leaving WWE is not a death sentence. It's not, your career's not over. Heck, you could pull a Matt Cardona or a Stephanie DeLandre. You could make a name for yourself on the indies. You know, you look at Joey Janela had a better career in the indies than he did at AEW. It's incredible. So we wish these ladies the best. Let us know in the chat where you would like to see these three. Do you think Soraya's coming back? Where do you think she should take time off? Where's Mella going to find more money? And I know for a fact that wherever legit Layla Hirsch goes, just remember, her granddad's a gentleman.
Oh, goodness.
Her granddad's a gentleman! All right, moving right along. Let's talk. First of all, I want to talk first about, before we get to a really cool segment that's teasing the heck out of us. And I know, Angel Marie, you're dying to talk about that segment. But I want to first talk about, first of all, if those of you that tune in to Dynamite Download, I know there's some of my my Dynamite Club Gold members are in the house here. We've talked about extensively. I've ranted and raved about where Marina Shafir should be. You know, she seemed to be this talent that just seemed lost in AEW until she did what I wanted her to join Blackpool Combat Club. So in a way, she did when she joined the Death Riders. I think this is the best Marina Shafir. Don't give her a microphone. Have her just stand there and look tough, look like, almost like a Hook kind of thing. And she's been integral to the Death Riders part. Well, she effed around with Willow for the last couple weeks, and last night she found out Adam Copeland, aka Cope, some people call him still Edge. He's been taking out Death Riders left and right, and last night he took out Claudio, and Marina Shafir got froggy and attacked Cope, and Cope put her down, set her up for a concerto, and everybody's like, what? You can't do that to a woman? Well, he had a plan. Out came Willow, and Willow, who's always super nice and chill, she came out pissed off, grabbed a chair, and she delivered the concerto to Marina Shafir. And, great to see that Willow, even if she smiles, she's got that aggressive streak. Just also want to highlight one of my favorite rising stars, Harley Cameron.
Oh my gosh!
Last night, it was great. Even though and again, I say Snooki, Deonna Purrazzo's fantastic wrestler. When I call her Snooki, it's because of the jersey thing. But a great match. She did fantastic. She introduced her new finisher. That's pretty awesome. But I'm excited for Harley. I'm excited because you, I, and everybody are going to exactly feel the wrath. But then Mercedes Moné's ego bumped into Billy Starks. You want to take it from here?
Yeah, so I was not expecting this. Like, I'm just chilling, and then I'm like, I see Mercedes. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go again. Because okay, hear me out. I love Sasha Banks. I'm not feeling Mercedes Moné. I'm gonna be honest here. So when I saw her, I was just like, oh, okay, great. But so then, she runs into Billy Starks and stuff, and so I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me cook here. I think, yeah. Let me just cook. I think
Billy Starks.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see. How did this add up? Billy Starks plus Mercedes Moné. Wait a minute. Isn't there someone else with Billy Starks?
Yeah.
Isn't she like
have a minion?
Yeah. Isn't she like a minion?
Yeah.
Huh. Where's Athena? Where's Athena?
So what do you think they're cooking up here? Angel Marie, what do you think? Now, granted, I understand in the storyline of Ring of Honor, Billy Starks has kind of pulled away from Athena. She's going for it, but once a minion, always a minion. And if you've been on social media, you've seen Mercedes Moné and Athena going back and forth. Angel Marie, what do you think? What do you think would happen if Mercedes Moné at Revolution successfully defends against Momo Watanabe, and then you hear the fallen goddess music?
Oh, word. I feel like it might happen that way, or there's going to be some sort of interference, or either afterwards, like maybe at like the Dynamite after. I feel like we literally are gonna hear the fallen goddess. I think we're gonna get Athena versus Mercedes at the next pay-per-view, and I would really love it if Athena dethrones her. But I don't know if that's really plausible. But
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let us know in the chat. Do you think it's going to be a Billy Starks versus Mercedes match first that leads to Athena versus Mercedes? What do you think? Are you excited for that? Let us know in the chat what your thoughts are. Also, just really quickly on Collision, it looks like Toni Storm at Revolution. Toni Storm's going to get her Hollywood ending with a now deranged Mariah May. Mariah May is now off the deep end after losing the title and has gone insane. It is now vowing to give a Hollywood ending. I'm not sure who's walking out of that champion. It's going to be interesting to see. Do want to highlight really quickly, too, a tremendous match. It was a candidate for Banger of the Week. It didn't quite get there, but you got to go check out Collision. Julia Hart, now one of the Hounds of Hell, no longer on the Black Throne, against one of my favorites, the one and only Queen Aminata. And you got to watch it. The two key points stand out. One, there was a moment where she got the drop on Julia Hart, and there was this great image. She just had this crazy look on her face going towards Julia. It was fantastic, where she looked like, oh, I'm going to kill you. Julia Hart also introduced her new finisher. It looks like the Wicked Vines, I think is what it's called, or something like that, but it's like a submission. She puts her leg over your neck, and she grabs your arm and twists you around and puts you in a pretzel. And the Wicked Pretzel.
The Wicked Pretzel.
Yeah, something like that. By the way, glad you just woke up, Pepe. Just want to say, how you doing? We're all staying hydrated. Anytime Pepe in the chat says hydrate, we have to take a drink.
Oh, wait, where's my water?
Pepe. And I did think I saw it was Justin in the chat. Oh, Jordan Ewing is in the chat too. Hey, Jordan. Good to see you. All right, good to see you, everybody. We all felt wrathful, but we got to get going because Ridley's Thorne's going to be here momentarily. So let's get going. Got to talk NXT. So first of all, Angel Marie, tell me what's going on in NXT with our girl Roxy.
Oh goodness! So I figured she wasn't going to come back to NXT after, she literally is going to be at Elimination Chamber. But then all of a sudden her music just hits and I'm like, oh, okay, pleasant surprise. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad about it. Honestly, I'm not mad about it. Hey, it's Roxanne Perez. I can never be mad at her.
Yep.
But yeah, so she's she had some words to say to Jordan, and then
Jordan.
Oh my. Yeah, I forgot what she said, but it was oh my goodness.
Well, Jordan said, the old saying, people get comfortable talking smack until, and then she did, instead of saying it until they get punched in the face, she knocked her out. And it was kind of cool if you caught it. Roxy got her leg caught on the ropes, and Jordan flawlessly did this move where it looked like she was attacking her, but she actually kind of like lifted her leg up. It was really cool, only if you're really paying attention. So what do you think about Roxanne having one foot still in NXT and one foot in the main roster?
It's unique, but like I said, I'm all here for it, honestly.
I think it's great. Also, title for title, Almost seems too soon. Title for title, Julia versus Stephanie Vacur. I've heard it both ways. Interesting. Now, I'm not going to say who, but I'm just going to say that at Roadblock, one of the two champions is injured and needs to take some time off. So
goodness.
I can't say who, but
I think I heard that too.
That's the reason we're having this title for title match. And I think it's going to be a great match regardless. I'm excited for it. NXT continues to be the best women's division. I think we all can objectively say that. Not that AEW or TNA or the main roster or anything to sneeze at, but I'm very excited to see what happens with this. Julia, Stephanie, chef's kiss. Let's talk really quickly. New tag team champions. I think part of this is because Jade might be imminently coming back, and they're going to continue that storyline. And But what do you think? First of all, what do you think of our new tag team champions, villains that they are? But also, they vehemently deny that they were the ones behind the Jade assault. I think we're going to learn that it's somebody a lot closer to Jade.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like it probably is someone that is a lot closer to Jade. But regardless of that, I am... I'm so bittersweet about Raquel and Liv winning the tag championships because, obviously, if you know me, I love Liv and I also love Raquel.
Yeah.
But, like, the way that they had Dom help them win, I'm not here for that at all. Let them win. Like, they can win on their own. Let them win on their own. I understand Judgment Day is, like, a bunch of sneaks and they cheat a lot, but still, like, let them win on their own, please. Yeah, but I mean, I'm happy, but at the same time, I'm conflicted.
Right? Dom's gonna Dom though, and that's what just again, he has such go away heat. I love it though.
Yes,
I love it, and it just for him to be so different than his dad. Actually, let's be honest, he's acting more like his real dad. Those of you that know, Viva La Raza. But he doesn't quite have the in-ring skills as his alleged biological dad. That if you know that storyline, if you know, you know. Also, I got a kick out of this interaction.
Oh my goodness.
Main roster Roxy and Bailey. Bailey is a role model instead of a hugger now. But I just love the height difference. Like, but here's Roxy. I love it. Roxy looks up at everybody and still just gives them the. And again, those of you know, we call her Roxy. We'll always call her Roxy. She's family.
Of course.
But I just love that interaction. Roxy versus and Bailey looking at each other, that whole thing. She ain't backing down. There's no cowardice in old Roxanne. What are your thoughts here on this interaction?
Oh goodness. Yeah, I very much, I felt this because I was actually filming something yesterday. And if you look at like the interview that I was doing for like school, the teacher that I'm talking to, she's like a whole like almost foot taller than me, and I'm just kind of saying they're just looking up at her like yeah. And so I mean I felt Roxanne, honestly.
Hey, you know what? It's not the size of the girl, it's the size of the fight in the girl, right?
Exactly.
Don't let size fool you. You're one of the Hermosas de
Hermosas.
Yeah, you got it. Real quickly because we're getting to the top of the hour, and I'm starting to feel like a mosh pit is coming. I'm starting to get pumped here because I have a feeling the Savage is coming really soon here. So the sensational Savage is almost here. So let's run through real quick. Of course, everybody's favorite American champion doing American champion things.
Yes, ma'am.
I hear she's actually joining our government. She's got her own version of Doge for wrestling. And
goodness.
She's going to be involved. and people are upset. What is a Canadian doing as American champion? Come on, she's our American champion.
Yeah,
get over it. Kind of a sad moment. If you caught it, I think it was main event. Alba Fire had her first solo entrance walk without Isla Dawn, and it was kind of a rough thing there. We also have Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. I'm excited. I love watching Io Sky wrestle anytime. So
yes.
got all that going for us. A lot of other stuff really quickly. Just Charlotte, of course, pointing to WrestleMania, going after Tiffany Stratton. It was a great match here. Trish Stratus, I guess it's Trish-y and Tiffy time. It's Trishy time. Trishy time. Trish Stratus came in. Nia Jax sitting on both of them. Double sandwich time. But Tiffy did fantastic with Candice LeRae. I do kind of like Candice LeRae's kind of taking over as Nia Jax's toady, and I thought that was pretty cool. Excited for Elimination Chamber hitting us this weekend. Really quickly before we start moshing around, your thoughts on going into Elimination Chamber. First of all, does Roxy have a chance here? Do you think Roxy's going to pull this off, or do you think it's going to be someone else?
Goodness, I don't know. I hate going against Roxanne, but I don't think she's gonna win the whole thing. I don't know who I want to pick to win though, because I have a lot of personal bias in here. Oh my gosh. I'd be happy if any of them won. Let's just say that.
My prediction, I'll just say it right here. I actually think Bianca Belair is gonna win. I think what's going to happen, it's going to come down to the final two in the chamber are going to be Naomi and Bianca Belair, and they're going to have to face each other.
Wait.
I think that's how they're going to book it. I think that's my prediction. We'll talk about Banger of the Week another time. We've got a party to go. It's time for us to rock on the
Ride with Ridley.
As the Rat King says, it's time for us to dabble in them dark arts, if you know what I mean. But joining us here in just a moment is of course the most of the chat is excited. We got one person here who's Team Callie.
Oh goodness!
And I think we'll have to see why he's anti Ridley here, Michael May. Right, he's right. He is gonna wait. He did say he's gonna ride with Ridley. Then, he's telling someone else to ride with Ridley. He's telling Big Mike to ride with Ridley.
Mike already rides with Ridley. What are you even saying?
Well, here we go. Without further ado, let's bring in our guest at this time with a very special introduction.
Guys, thank you for that introduction. That was such a cool little vignette. Did you put that together?
Yes, we did. The power between Angel Marie, the most badass with a kendo stick, and mid-runner Tio Frio. We tag teamed that together, and we hope you liked it.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. Holy crap, that was really awesome. I was not expecting it to be that cool. Thank you guys.
Well, you're welcome. We hoped it fit. Yeah, we hoped it matched your awesomeness, and we wanted to make sure we kept the rock party going on. This for the sensational Savage herself, and we appreciate you. I know you're cutting into your favorite pastime of beating people's heads in. We appreciate you taking some time away from that and dealing some dark art damage. And the chat is going crazy here. We've got except Michael May. Can we get Team Red Hot back together? We'll get to that. We'll might answer that question if that ship has sailed or not. Michael May, of course. you've been talking some trash in the chat up until really
Always,
so
always. Wouldn't expect anything less.
right. But Big Mike and Brian Cervantes, everybody's coming to your defense. So, and you've got us here to defend you as well. Angel Marie is and I were really so excited to chat with you tonight. And now, most of the chat, most people listening, they already know who Ridley Thorne is. They know you. They know your whole history. However, those of our listeners, our viewers that may not know who you are or may not know enough about you, we like to do a little thing to introduce all of our guests to everybody. It's called Insta Insanity. Now, it's kind of ripping off Sean Evans from Hot Ones. It's we go through your Instagram and we find select tasteful, but select pictures and we ask for you to give an added context. So without further ado, it's time for Insta Insanity.
Welcome! It's Insta Insanity!
All right, here we go. Let me put you up on the screen here. Let's get up. Let me get the right one here. Let me get you there. All right, Insta Insanity. Here we go.
I'm so excited.
The first image here we got. I love this image. It's such a cool. It looked like tarot cards, but almost like anime tarot cards. Or manga? Explain this picture to us. What's going on here?
Oh my gosh. So so in my real life, I do read tarot, and I was gifted this Red Sonja deck, which is insanely special to me because Red Sonja is my absolute idol. She's a warrior. She's a badass. She's a woman. She has red hair. I love everything about her. And she legitimately is one of my biggest inspirations. And the fact that they put her on these tarot cards, like one of my other ultimate interests, is just insane to me. Just combining two things that I absolutely adore into one. And this tarot deck is one of my most treasured possessions on the entire planet. And what card am I drawing right there? I forgot what card I'm drawing, but I remember it spoke to me that day for whatever reason it was. I love the shot.
I think it's the badass card because whatever's on there just looks badass. Now they've twice now have tried to redo the Conan movies, and they had Schwarzenegger to me has been a great Conan. I actually thought Jason Momoa did a good job, but the movie was terrible. If they were going to redo Red Sonja, who would you cast to be Red Sonja, and why is it you?
Honestly, I was hoping you would say me because I think I would be great for the part. Honestly, I feel like I can definitely radiate that energy and transfer it on screen like I do in the ring. I'm already doing this every weekend, so let's just put that to film, guys. I'm down. Just go ahead and cast me.
Have you ever brought a broadsword to the ring?
I've not, but I've actually I do have one. I actually own a broadsword.
you gotta pull a Drew McIntyre and come to the ring with just walking in getting all crazy. Really quickly, Brian Cervantes, he's known around these circles and wrestling. They're little tiny wrestling promotion known as Mission Pro Wrestling.
I love Brian. Hi, Brian.
Definitely paid her dues at Mission Pro Wrestling by running the door at MPW for over 2 years. Mad respect. Yeah, I understand that you and a fellow Chola were like the bouncers at back in the Chola days, and we do want to talk about the Chola days in just a little bit and what happened. But now Angel Marie picked this next picture.
Yeah, because we had to bring it up.
Oh
so,
my gosh, I wasn't ready for this one.
Oh no. But yeah, so obviously this is you and Celine. Mm-hmm. So tell us about the breakup.
Oh my gosh, I mean, it was her fault. I mean, let me ask you guys what y'all would do if you saw your homie getting jumped and it was your homie, you know, or you say they are, you would step
Yep.
in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just stand off to the side and watch helplessly. Would either of y'all do that to
Not at
someone that
all.
you claim is your
No.
best friend? Exactly. I see if the shoe was on the other foot, you know, and I saw something bad happening to Celine at the time, I would gladly step up and help her
Mm-hmm.
because that's what you do. And that day at RCW, when the Texas Treats decided to jump me and take Callie under their wing, she literally just ran back. She ran away, and we've been on bad terms ever since. You know, she kind of flip-flopped a little bit, but ultimately I think she made her decision. So whatever, I'm over it. I actually need to delete that picture from my Instagram because if I recall, she actually had the audacity to print it out and burn it and post that on her Instagram.
Now,
So
Yeah.
that's hysterical. That's
oh yeah.
oh, pardon the term. Hysterical.
Word.
Gotta talk about Viva La Ridley. Now, were you a Jackass fan, a CKY fan?
Oh my gosh.
Meeting Bam Margera. Did you get to see Phil?
So Bam kind of looks like Phil in this picture, doesn't he? That's kind of who he's growing up to be. I didn't get to see Phil. Phil was not there, but this was actually taken at NostalgiaCon. Again, I need to go in and edit that a little bit and scribble that other person's
I don't know
face
who
out.
that other person is. I don't know who that is.
I don't know either. She looks like she's wearing like a Macho Man jacket or something. Anyway, but oh my God, Bam Margera was one of my absolute idols growing up. Like I loved everything about him. He was one of my first crushes. I love that he was just hardcore and insane and did like all this really cool skating stuff with like Big Brother magazine and CKY and all of that. And when he became part of the Jackass crew, I was like, oh my God, like I remember everyone being like absolutely obsessed with Johnny Knoxville, but for me it was Bam, you know, just like the cool mysterious guy in the background who always had like his little trench coat and he's just always alternative. And then Viva La Bam came about and I just absolutely lost my mind. It was like a show all about Bam's life. Yes, but I absolutely adore that man. And we actually got to talk about wrestling for a little bit because apparently he's friends with Darby Allin. Yeah, absolutely. So I was like, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So this was one of the best moments for me of 2024 was meeting this man. Like I never thought that wrestling would allow me to meet this guy.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, hey, you know, can we get maybe sometime? Do you think you might get a Bam run in and he hit somebody with a skateboard? Maybe
honestly,
save the enforcer.
I think Bam would come to my aid if he saw me getting jumped, you know, unlike some people.
Yeah, right. Unlike some people in this image.
Unlike some people that need to be scratched out of this image, yes.
Now, Angel Marie pulled this picture up because she wanted me to explain who these other characters were. Because she was like, who are these freaks? And we'll ignore the macho girl there because we kind of know her story. But I had to explain to her that this was my childhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we had these are cosplayers and reminding me of my childhood, the Baroness and Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe, and then Casey Jones from the Ninja Turtles. Are you familiar with, were you a G.I. Joe fan? Were you a Ninja Turtle fan or?
I was a G.I. Joe fan and I still am. And I love Cobra. Like the Cobra theme song plays in my head sometimes. Cobra, yes. Yes. Nice. And the G.I. Joe theme, of course. But yeah, I absolutely love those. I didn't really watch them as a kid. It's something I kind of discovered later on as an adult, but like the show itself is absolute gold and I do enjoy watching it. So seeing these two guys there, they're actually friends of mine and they cosplay a lot of the events around Texas and I'm so proud of them because they're like a power couple and they always have the coolest gigs. It's so cool.
Thank you. By the way, thank you, Mike. Let's go, old people. We grew up with it. Real quick question. I mean, Cobra Commander or Destro? Whose side are you on?
Oh my God.
Or Zart? Are you Team Zartan?
I have to say Destro.
Ah, okay. See, he's got the Baroness though, right? I mean, you got to go Destro. I wasn't a Serpentico fan or Serpentor. I call him Serpentico.
Serpentor. Who I absolutely love, and I'm sad that she only made an appearance in the movie, Pythona.
Ah.
I think she's amazing. I love her.
Awesome. Cool stuff. I think there's plenty of room for everybody. Yeah, let's go. We got Jason in the chat, by the way.
Hi,
But yeah,
Jason.
so hopefully explain. And then Casey Jones, of course, Ninja Turtles. Casey Jones was this crazy human who you a lot of times use a hockey stick or baseball bats, and he helped out the Ninja Turtles there. All right, we're going back here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Angel. Yeah. Questions.
Yeah. Okay. So, got about to talk about. I know this is the original 3, but there was an original 4. So, putting all grudges aside, how would you say that your experience was, like, getting to work with Callie, Celine, and then also Key?
With all of them together, I mean, I thought it was absolutely amazing. Like, that's how we got our start with wrestling. Technically, was by forming the Cholas, and it was really cool. It was really invigorating and exciting, and I went through a lot of emotions whenever they told us what we would be doing. And above everything, I was just really, really excited, and it was cool. I mean, we put together this little group, and the fans absolutely loved it because we're in San Antonio, and it's relatable to a lot of people, like with our background. Like, San Antonio is predominantly Hispanic, and a lot of people vibed with it because it's the cultural thing, and it was just really cool. Like, the whole experience was really cool, like getting to work with some of your best friends and putting on a show and having people adore it is just, there's no feeling like it.
Is there a potential? Is there potential when Mission Pro returns? Is there potential? Is there any room at all? I know things have to be worked out with certain people, and certain people might be a little too spicy. They think they're too spicy for other people. But is there a potential at any point where a Chola reunion in Mission Pro, perhaps, because factions are powerful, or are we more the feeling the enforcer of the Texas Kingdom role? Is that your new role?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely vibe with the Kingdom a lot more. Just because, true colors have been shown and all that, and I think I'm a better fit with the Texas Kingdom. I think I'm appreciated there, and that feels good. But on the other side of that, it could be a possibility when Mission Pro returns. I mean, it would take a lot of apologizing and a lot of hot Cheetos. If I'm being honest.
Wait, hot Cheetos or Takis? What do you prefer?
Oh man, I love Takis. They're so good. I like the blue ones.
The blue Fuego.
Yeah, Blue Fuego.
which was my luchador name, by the way, Blue Fuego. But,
Blue Fuego.
For another time. You were recently on an awesome. I love this podcast, by the way. Shout out to the Talking Can. Did I say it right? Talk Can podcast.
Talk Can listening. Yeah.
Talk Can listening. Two great guys. You had a lot of fun, and you really vibed well with these guys. And I love when you realized for the first time, dude took his hat off, and you found out he was bald. You're bald?
I didn't know. I legitimately had no idea. And like, I mean, looking back on it, it makes sense because he always has a hat, but he has the beard, and it's like, and he has the sideburns. So you think leading up to that is like a full head of hair under the hat, So like a part of me was always like, why are you hiding your luscious hair under the hat, Knopf? So that was legitimately shocking. That wasn't a work.
Your reaction was great too, because dude has like this big, he's got a thick beard, he's got sideburns, and then he just goes like this, and you're like your eyes go right to this, like you're bald. Now again, shout out to the bald people, of course. Tall Can, Big Mike in the house. He's talking to Tall Can listening. And again, I have a nice luscious mane myself, but
beautiful.
I have a soft spot for our bald friends out there. A lot of my friends are hair impaired, so I just shout out to them. I'm here for you. I feel your pain.
That's okay. I feel that too. I actually have a like a kind of bald spot myself, like right here. It's kind of like a scar though, but yeah, hair will not grow in that spot. That's why it's parted to the right.
From a little bit from an, is that a battle scar? Is that a
It's like a childhood thing. Like I like busted my head open a couple of times as a kid.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a really bloody childhood. But nothing serious. No one got seriously hurt. I've just had a couple of stitches here and there. Um, I was just a very wild child, and I love to climb stuff. And when you climb stuff, sometimes you fall off and you bust your head open, which is just fine, I guess.
See,
mhm.
and then somehow it's so weird that you then decided to get into professional wrestling. I don't understand like how that how that fits. Of course, yeah. Let's talk hardcore matches, and it's weird too. In today's women's wrestling climate, there seems to be a lot of strong feelings for and against women doing hardcore matches, women bleeding in a match, the tax. A lot of barriers were broken with that incredible Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker match where they
Oh
did the
yeah.
lights out match. That was incredible. Those you remember Ty Mello and Anna Jay versus Penelope Ford and the Bunny had that tag team incredible match. Willow Nightingale. There's so many. There's a lot of women's hardcore matches. Do you think that that this is something that should be more often? I mean, also obviously on the indie scene, there seems to be a lot more of that. Or do you feel like it's done too much? Do you feel like it's almost overkill? Do you think what are your thoughts on women involved in hardcore death matches?
I mean, I think it's cool, and there shouldn't be a stigma behind anything just because, you're a woman instead of a man. I think if that's something that you enjoy doing, like with everything else that life has to offer, then you should do it regardless of gender and regardless of like, any kind of like barrier or anything like that. There's a lot of pioneer women
Yes.
who broke glass ceilings so that we can do stuff like this. So I say just keep going, and everyone should be able to do what they want. And as far as hardcore matches go, it's like, man, if you have the cojones for that, I go for it, man. More power to you.
Well, and you never know when someone's going to bring, a broadsword.
Yeah.
A barbarian, female barbarian's going to show up. You think that's down the line? Your enforcer character might evolve into more of a Red Sonja character, or do you think you're going to kind of stick to more? Is that separate from that Ridley Thorne aura?
No, I think it really goes hand in hand, honestly. Like I pay tribute to her every once in a while, like when I have like a title match or just, if I want to kind of channel that energy, because Red Sonja in the later issues that she appears in, like in the comics and whatnot,
Yeah.
she actually has a blue scar going across her left eye.
Oh,
So that's what
that's
if you catch a photo of me like
yep.
that's what that is. It's my
Oh,
tribute
that's
for
cool.
her.
I wondered what that was. I was wondering if that was a Bull Nakano tribute or something. But that makes sense. That, by the way, that guy Tommy is in the chat. That he says I've said she looks like she could be Red Sonja. He's also he's fantasy booking Max the Impaler. They would be a great opponent against
Yeah.
you. I think that would be a great battle. When Mission Pro comes back, let's push for that match. I was actually thinking you and Heidi Howitzer would be a great
Oh my
match.
gosh, I absolutely adore her so much. She looks so cool, and that would definitely be a dream. Honestly, a dream come true.
To me, she's like if the Road Warrior and Tank Girl had a kid. It's like it would be Heidi Howitzer, and she's like straight out of an adult comic, not adult comic, but like like heavy metal or one of those comics.
Absolutely. She definitely belongs on Fury Road.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That should be the name of the event. Fury Road. Ridley versus Heidi. Fury Road. Oh, let's make a Fury Road match.
I love it. Let's make it happen. Let's book it.
Now I know Angel,
yeah.
it's hard for Angel to have questions for you because she kind of knows you a little bit, just a tad.
Just a little bit. I'm a huge fan of Angels.
Yes, we all are. Oh, that's awesome. What would you? I know this is a question Angel was wanting to ask, but I'll go ahead and ask it for her because she doesn't want to come across as egomaniacal. But if there was a certain high school graduate that goes into the wrestling environment, would you consider taking the most lethal girl with a kendo stick under your wing and under your learning tree, and perhaps form an alliance with her, where you might have a mini enforcer having your back?
Yeah, absolutely, man. As long as you don't run away, if I ever find myself in a sticky situation, that's fine by me. Come under the
No,
wing,
yeah.
like, I got you.
Heck yeah, no. I've been abandoned before, so I will not abandon you. Don't worry. And I mean,
I'm
if you're
glad
gonna
you
be
know how
helping
it
me,
feels.
yeah, like literally, like if like you're helping me, why would I want to abandon you? So
Exactly.
yeah. But so little thing here. So like, so you have the whole Ride with Ridley movement, and that was literally made by Mike. I like to call him microplastics. Yeah, that's shut up, Big Mike. But so like the fans, like, how, like, what is like your favorite fan interaction if you have to have like one or like maybe a couple?
Like during the matches or like post match?
I mean, it could be either.
Oh man, I love I mean, I don't love when I'm getting beat up, but when I am,
Yeah.
I just like look out into the crowd, and it looks like I've had some people like look like they want to reach for me, and that just makes me feel like so good. Like it looks like they want to help, and that just means so much to me. And it's so awesome, like having that, like feeling like people would have your back, in that type of situation. And then afterward, like after matches, like my favorite people ever are like the little kids that come to our shows, and like particularly like little girls that are growing up watching wrestling. Like I just recently at the last hybrid show, I had a girl come up to me, and she's like little, but she was just like, I absolutely love you so much, just I love watching you in there. And then she hugged me, and like she's so little, so like she was just around my waist, and it was just the coolest thing ever. Like it made me feel just so warm inside.
Get me allergies.
Oh, word.
Well, just springboarding off of that, and how important is representation in professional wrestling? With not just with culture, but also elevating women's wrestling. And where have you seen women's wrestling evolve over the years? You've had folks like
Oh my
Lufisto
gosh.
pioneer through and stuff. What are your thoughts on where women's wrestling is now, and in the importance of representation in pro wrestling?
Oh my God, it's insanely important. I feel like women's wrestling has evolved like tremendously. I mean, I grew up in the Attitude Era, so it was nothing but I don't want to say nothing but smut, but it was definitely out there.
Yeah.
It's like women were expected to do these really questionable things, like in the ring and backstage, and it's like it was just kind of all about sex in the 90s, which is weird because in the early to late 80s, you had people like Alundra Blaze and Blue
Yeah.
Nakano, and they were wrestlers. They were women's wrestlers, and they were strong, and they would put on these shows without being sexualized, like it wasn't really about that. And then like the 90s and then the early 2000s came about, and it just kind of took a weird turn. It's like sex started selling, and that's what it became about, instead of the wrestling aspect of it. So I'm just insanely grateful to be in the era that we are now, and where women are taken more seriously, like in the ring, outside the ring, and they're respected backstage. And I love that these promotions keep coming about that provide a safe space for women's wrestlers in the locker room and in the ring. We do have people that are like fighting for us, promoters and whatnot. And that's just that I don't have enough words to describe how much that means. It's amazing, and I'm glad I get to have my career in this time where it's safe for women.
Awesome. I know that Angel and I talk about this a lot, and one of the foundations of Mission Pro is creating a safe place for women, a safe locker room. And, you know, a lot of that comes from Thunder Rosa's firsthand experiences and a lot of the veterans, you know, like you have Jazz and a lot of others that have gone through quite a bit. I mean, if you ever listen to Lou Fisto tell her story of having to come up and a lot of stuff that she had to endure. And, you know, it's such a different time right now. And it seems to be it's great for women to feel safe and to have those, that every ship rises with the tide kind of mentality. And unless you're Calientita, because according to Mike, Calientita is too short to take you under your wing, Brookside.
Dang.
Yeah, so a little swipe at old Callie, but I don't know. We love Callie, even though she looks down on us, which is kind of hard for her to. She's all right. She's all right.
I enjoyed working with her while I did, but
what have you got? What have you got coming up in 2025? What are some of your goals? What's your checklist? Do you have the Cody Rhodes list in front of you? And not just. I don't want to just say particular wrestlers, but are there locations and are there matches, and what are some accomplishments are you looking for in 2025?
Oh my gosh. So in 2025, I definitely I've already had title shots in 2024 in my first year of wrestling. Unfortunately, I haven't, I came up short on all of them, which is fine. I'm still green.
Well, hold on.
But
coming up short, I got to highlight Tommy's comment.
That was gold, Tommy. Good job.
Yeah, can't leave it to Tommy to stir some stuff up. But go right ahead. You say you're still green, but it's you don't seem like you're green in the ring, though. It doesn't seem like it does.
Thank you. I worked very, very hard to come this far. Thank you. That means so much. But 2025, I definitely, I know I'm going to fight for gold, and I really hope I come out on top on the other side of those battles. I really hope to win a title this year, if not a couple. I actually have this upcoming Saturday with United 2-0, I have my first cage match, and it's actually War Games. So it's going to be a 5-on-5, the Kingdom plus a mystery partner versus the Texas Treats again, which is fine, because I think we're in it to win it, and that's going to be really, really fun. I'm really excited for that.
Really quickly, you can't spoil, but is there any hints or any kind of little tease you can on the mystery partner?
Just be prepared, because they're an earful, they're an eyeful, and I'm really excited to work with this person.
Oh
goodness.
Y'all have definitely seen them before around the Hybrid, around RCW. And I can't say too much, but I'm really stoked about it.
Big Mike says the fifth person is Tommy. Yeah, done. It's spoiled right there.
Could you imagine?
We need to get Big Mike recording to do the William Regal War Games shout. We need to get him to go, War Games! Yeah, we need to get him to do that. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but I had to jump on there because the spoiler is Tommy. But War Games, we're excited for that. Again, that goes back to your thing about violence with women's wrestling. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then if you survive War Games, which we know you are, we know you are. What after that? What's on the horizon for you there?
Oh man, I'm actually booked up until the end of April at this point, so I'm really, really stoked about that. I've got I'm booked on United for the rest of the year, and that's Mr. Sedstash confirming that it was just so awesome for me. But I've got a lot of good stuff coming up, so just keep your eye on my social media page. Well, just mainly Instagram, because I have Twitter, but I don't really update anything on there. But as far as the rest of 2025, I'll be going to WrestleCon in Vegas in April. That's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. And then, oh my gosh, dream opponents. So I actually got to cross one of those off my list last year, which was Janai Kai. She was one of my first single matches.
I gotta add, how did those kicks feel?
Oh my gosh, I felt them for a couple of weeks after the fact, I'll tell you.
Oh goodness.
Janai will kick the soul out of your body. There's this
Oh,
great clip of her kicking Brittany Brooks, and you can literally see her soul kind of go.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
That's-
I can confirm.
We
It
got to
wasn't
bring
fun.
Janai. Janai's got to come back to Mission Pro. We got to bring her back. And so you've crossed her off the list. Who else?
Oh my gosh. So Brooke Havoc is number one on my list for
Ooh.
like indie women right now. I would like that's another dream opponent right there, and I hope it happens someday. I hope it's feasible.
Absolutely. When she's done beating up Allen Angels, we can.
Yeah.
What about locations? There is the Land of the Rising Sun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would love to go to Japan at some point. I'm actually working on getting my passport right now as we speak. So hopefully that comes in soon and I'll be passport ready by the middle of the year. But yeah, definitely have the UK is on my list. I would love to go there. Probably maybe something in Canada would be cool just because I've always wanted to visit. Mexico kind of like scares me because they're really hardcore out there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but look at who you get like the likes of Stephanie Vaquer and a lot of these ladies that come from Mexico up there. But maybe you'll have to bring some backup with you if you go down there, just to make sure they got your back.
I'll bring I know someone from there, so maybe I'll call Tessa or something. I don't know. I know she's busy with TNA, but
there's a campaign. There's a campaign in the chat for Tommy to borrow some of your gear if he's the mystery member for the War Games.
Oh, word.
He's gonna
I think I have a couple of sets available, Tommy. I'll let you borrow another one.
Might be a little snug in certain areas, but
Yeah.
Or maybe
You bring
I'm not here to
underwear.
and Angel, you got any final questions for our girl for the sensational Savage? And I got a follow-up question after that. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Not really. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for coming on. I was so happy to be able to bring you on. Yeah. I was so happy to be able to bring you back on, and we're hopefully gonna get some more hybrid talent on soon. So for all you little hybrid fans in the chat, be looking out for that.
Yes,
Absolutely.
please.
I got to ask you about the sensational Savage real quick, because to me, an old school wrestling fan, I hear those two names together and I think of one of my favorite duos. Everybody talks about Miss Elizabeth, but I loved Macho Man Randy Savage and Sensational Sherry together. Sherry Martel is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Rest in peace. One of my favorite old school wrestlers. And is that where Sensational Savage kind of originates, or is that from something else? But I mean, to me, that's what it invokes. It invokes a bit of like the Macho Man and Sensational Sherry a little bit.
So I love Macho Man first and foremost. So I've always loved, like Randy Savage. That was just the coolest last name ever. But my family is actually Native, and it's like Savage is kind of a derogatory term. So I just kind of took that, and I'm wearing it proudly. The sensational part, I think, like, if I'm being honest, that part I've just always liked alliteration in language.
Valid.
And I was like, what is cool and can be universal, not necessarily like negative or like insanely positive, and like, oh, sensational, it could be both.
But then you could also add a little bit of mythos to the Sensational Sherry connection too. I love the alliteration. I mean, it works perfectly with the Savage. What about Nyla Rose, the Native Beast? Would that be an opponent that you could see at some point?
Yeah, absolutely. I love watching them, and I think we'd put on a banger. Powerhouse versus Powerhouse. I'm all for it.
And of course, whoever that was that dressed as Macho Man, did she do Macho Man justice, or was it kind of
it was mediocre. I could probably do better.
Well, sometimes you gotta get the Macho Man in there, and you've got to make sure you snap it to a Slim Jim. Oh yeah!
Oh,
Get
word.
savage. I love
Awesome.
it. The cream
Well-
always rises to the top.
Oh,
Yes.
the cream
The
always rises to the top. Actually, yeah, there you go. There's a mix tag for you. You and Black Machismo.
Oh, I'm down with it.
I want Black Machismo to bring that character back so bad. The mid yeah, I'm the mid-show man. Yes.
Mid-show
Thank you.
man.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm the mid-show man. Thank you, big Mike. Yeah.
I love it. I can't
Well-
wait to tell her that to her face.
Ridley, this has been a phenomenal chat with you. We're so excited for you. So excited for War Games. Super cool. We are excited for your future. We know you will be getting gold this year. And we just want to make sure Bat Sabbath, not
Mhm.
Black Sabbath, Bat Sabbath. Go ahead
Shout
and
out
try
Black
it.
Sabbath though.
Exactly. But Bat Sabbath is Instagram is the best place to check you out. Make sure you're on
Absolutely.
there. Follow all the adventures of our own Red Sonja, the San Antonio Sonja herself, the sensational savage. We're ready for you to kick some ass all up and down the world. Looking forward to you getting that passport stamped. Any final words of advice to everybody out there, or a warning to any of your upcoming opponents?
Be prepared. Be prepared because I've been working hard and training hard, and I'm not taking it easy on anyone ever going forward. But like you said, just tune into my Instagram and look forward to all of my matches because I'll be posting them on there. I'll be posting the flyers, the locations, the opponents, times, dates, all of those things. So catch me in action, guys, and ride with Ridley.
Ride with Ridley. On that note, I think of no other way to close it out for Angel Marie, for the sensational savage, Ridley Thorne. We're riding with Ridley. We're going to Viva La Bam our way out here. And maybe someday Phil will show up in their corner, as well as Bam might be her tag team partner. Everybody, take care. Stay hydrated. That's what Pepe says. And make sure you are watching the Sensational Savage's Instagram. We will catch you on the next episode of Mission Pro Spotlight. In the meantime, stay classy, everybody. We'll see you.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.